No one told me about this.
You're like, oh,
no,
wait,
kidding.
okay. You know. A surprise guest will round out the day on Friday. Find Tower Talk Live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m., of course, only on KOIN Plus. I'm excited to see you on there, Josh.
I know, it will be my debut.
Yeah.
Practice
Yeah.
Hangman. Maybe we should do that
start
before
doing
the
my
Ford.
drawings.
What were they saying?
Webkins. Are those are just stuffed animals, right?
They were stuffed animals, but then they
Okay.
had a code that you would go online and you could play games with them virtually. I know this because my mother would buy them for us kids, and then she would play the games
Well, Emma was
online.
really excited about them, so I'm assuming she owns
They
a
were
few
kind of a big
herself.
thing, yeah,
Got
early
it.
2000s.
Okay.
Gosh, I was still, no, I wasn't into them, but that's cool.
Well, you learn something
Yeah.
new every day.
Exactly.
you
Maybe
know.
I'll get a
Now
webkin now.
You've educated myself
Yeah,
again.
they got Candy Crush now. So. Yeah, weather-wise
Beautiful
though,
day.
yeah, stunning day, plenty of sunshine out there, and this is really a solid start to the month of June as we got to enjoy those northern lights. Again, just another great shot. Again, this all happening kind of out towards the East Somerville. Thanks to Gabe Curtis for sending in this photo. If you happen to have any northern light photos or maybe just some great weekend weather getaway conditions, you can scan that QR code on your screen. That will direct you to KOIN.com, or it's underneath the weather tab to submit yours. Now, as far as tonight goes, kind of a rinse and repeat scenario of yesterday. So if you were like me and you took a glimpse out at least just outside the Portland area and you saw nothing, that's likely going to be the same case for tonight. But if you were lucky enough to pick them up over the past several days, maybe further off to the eastern sections of Oregon and Washington, that's where you have a slightly better chance of actually seeing the northern lights once again tonight. All right, I want to take a moment to take a look at our brand new camera, our Fairfield by Marriott Portland Airport camera, really showing us a great view. Really excited to have the conditions out towards the airport to share with you now as our temperatures are hovering in towards the mid-70s. Seeing much of the same for the I-5 corridors. Low 60s can be found along the coastline, but hardly any clouds to be seen as far as the satellite goes, picking up on the abundant sunshine as the rest of this evening slowly cools things back after sunset. Again, those sunsets quite late into the evening, approaching the 9 o'clock hours. The month of June is the official start to the summer season within about the next 3 weeks. And that comes with some summer-like heat. We've already had 9 days in the 80s, not touching the 90s just yet, but by this weekend that could be changing after we had a bit of ups and downs for the month of May, seeing our above average temperature by just more than a ½ inch. And as far as the rain goes, holding on to a deficit for the month of May at just over a ½ inch. So we desperately need to see the return of the moisture. Unfortunately, June is our 4th driest month, averaging only a little bit more than an 1.5 inches of moisture as our temperatures begin to warm as well. And this is a warming month for us, starting June off at about 72 degrees. By the final day of the month, 78 is going to be our brand new average. I think we will surpass that greatly over the next week or so, all because of this ridge of high pressure that's going to build and strengthen over the western half of the country, sending us back into the summer-like territory as we approach the weekend. So I guess the timing is nice to really make it feel like the summer season as those mostly clear skies remain tonight into the day tomorrow. Maybe just an increase in clouds slightly as we move our way into Tuesday and Wednesday for the shoreline, and maybe Wednesday squeezing out an isolated raindrop or two, but for the most part, we are staying on the dry side. I think some of these numbers are on the higher end of things. I think we hold on to those goose eggs for the I-5 corridor. Tonight, staying calm, quite clear, temperatures into the low 50s. 77 degrees, that's our end goal for tomorrow. And for our Owl's Garden and home forecast, that's where we expect to increase the clouds slightly Wednesday, but keep those watering cans close at hand because look at this long, dry stretch of sunny and just downright hot conditions we expect to see as we work our way in towards the middle of the month of June. But the peak of the heat, that arrives on Sunday, where we don't just touch 90, we push ourselves up into the mid-90s potentially. So we're going to watch this really closely. A lot of the weather models over the past few weeks have been hinting at above average temperatures, and then they take them back a little bit. But I think this might be the real deal where we get to enjoy some summer-like heat.
Yeah, really going to be hot this weekend,
It
Josh.
will be.
Thank you.
Coming up next, nearly a century in the making.